The Property Show brings you an in-depth analysis of the country's real estate development. Advice and tips from property owners, engineers, and finance entities that will lead you to owning your dream home. The Property Show.
Home buying comes with a lot of decisions that you need to make, but one of the major decisions that a home buyer needs to make is to know if you're going to buy an already existing home or if you're going to build a new one of your own. People get caught in between there, and it's not an easy path, but either way there are some advantages and disadvantages on either path. This is the Property Show. My name is Brenda and I welcome you. How do you draw the line between buying and building your dream home? If you follow the Property Show, we had a discussion about affordability, and we had a guest in our studio who is back.
Thank you so much for inviting me again.
Welcome to the Property Show. We love having you. Today we are talking about buying already existing home or building your own home. This comes with advantages and disadvantages. And I want to hear from you, which one is better? Which one would you go for?
Well, it's a trade-off situation because buying a house or investing or building a house is an investment itself. So when you invest in an equity, you need to have the right to take the right decision so that the investment you are making will or can yield you result immediately or in the future. So when you start deciding if I should buy or build, two things are involved. There are time for that investment, or the comfort of the investment you are making. Because, well, when you buy, you pay the check, you get the home the same night. But feature-wise, you may not get exactly what you want. The design was not yours. It was someone else's.
Let's talk about let's start with buying.
Buying, yes.
So if you want to buy a home,
yes,
you can get it right away.
Yes.
You can wake up in the morning, choose a home, and you're in it the next day.
Yes, yes. But you don't have the design you want. However, what you have immediately, you can refurnish it again. And that will be an extra investment for you.
And is that a good thing? Or?
Well, sometimes it's not a good thing because by renovating the house, you invest more than what you would have been investing by building your own house.
Your own house. Talking about disappointments, if you go out house hunting, usually you look at the outside of the house and you love it. And then when you get inside, you actually even ask yourself, who built this house? What were they thinking? You find a house has like 5 bedrooms with 1 bathroom. But then you spend so much time looking at one house, another, and another, and another. So that's one thing I think that takes a lot of time.
Yes, you see, something people should understand. When you design something for you, you make it according to the skills you have, the experience you have, the comfort you like. So if someone else will come to inspect the choice of yours, he may have different taste than you. And sometimes people will criticize, but for me, it doesn't make sense to criticize. Rather, you would say, the person who designed is different from me. We have different needs, we have different preferences, and then that's how our investment are also driven in that direction. Okay,
so you're saying if you want, it's okay to have a customized house. If you're going to buy, just settle for whatever that is there.
Yeah, because you don't have much flexibility to make the way you want it to be.
Now, let me ask you, when should it be okay? Because what we've seen here, for you to be happy with the house, it's because you built it yourself. So that you know what's where, you design it yourself. So when is it okay to buy?
It's okay to buy when you don't have enough time to wait for the construction period, because that is an extra time you invest in that whole project. It's okay when it's for commercial purpose, because you don't have much time to waste and constructing again and for commercial purpose. But I would say it's okay when you have enough time. But when you don't have time, I would advise
just go and buy it and
deal
with it.
Yes, of course. An advice I can provide: whoever is buying an existing facility, you need an extra budget for renovation. However much the building can be good, but you need to fix things. You need to make better and to upgrade the existing facility.
So however much that house is good, however much money you've paid to it, it's not going to meet 100% your taste.
It can't, never.
You're going to have something to renovate. You're going to want to have a bigger dining room maybe, so you're going to break some walls. Okay, now that we understand, how about building your own home? When we talk about building your own home, this is an investment, as we started saying. So you're investing money in this home.
For me, I see investing in a home as an asset. So an asset with a value, being a present value or future value. So when you have an asset, for you, you should think in the future. So let's say today I want this house this big, maybe 3-bedroom and 1 sitting room and 2 toilets and garden, and so you should make those features according to the market trend. Back in mind that if tomorrow I relocate, that someone else will occupy it in a very comfortable situation. Or you target the market, someone, maybe you may say people of this category would like this product. And then you invest in that perspective. You go beyond yourself, because much as it's yours, by the time you are occupying it, but also it's your asset, you can also monetize it when time comes. So it should be like a balanced decision when you invest in a home. First you think, if I'm the occupant, but if at all I decide not to be in the house, would I get a client to get it? And that should be, two combined should drive your decision to decide on the size of the home, the shape of the home, and all the different features within the home.
All right, thank you so much. And then talking about that raises a question. What are the trends from your own perspective? Because there's something that I've been seeing over the years. People are building houses with higher ceilings. I don't know if you've noticed that.
I know. Actually, I always complain. I criticize because
why?
It's not. No, it's not efficient. I'm talking from an economic perspective. When you build a house, you need to get the best by investing the least. So you need to combine the two. For me, this design is not cost effective. You can still have the same house with the same comfort, but at a lower cost. This is not lower costs. I'm sorry to say it, but I know people will have different opinion, but I talked to engineers, they were like, no, this is not the best.
It is not the best,
yes,
but it's there. What causes that?
Well,
and we see it every day.
Yes, I think I've talked to different engineers, they were like, by the way, just people copy and paste. They don't invent their own wheel.
They don't want to think outside the box.
No. And this is a problem of engineers and our architects. They don't give you time, or they don't advise you to use the minimum amount of money by investing. For them, it's business.
Yes.
But I think they should advise their clients to use the best material, the best technology, the best architecture, which costs them less.
All right. Thank you so much for that. And now, I was asking you, what if someone is watching this show and they had a plan, they were thinking, should I buy, or maybe should I build my own house? let's say they fall in a category of building their own house. What's out there?
Well, if they fall in the category of building their own, first of all, they need to decide where. I mean, the location of the house is very important. The size of the house. You may look at yourself as a single family, but go beyond you as an occupant. Look at your home as your investment, as an asset you may need to rent maybe in 2 years' time. Think twice as you take yourself as the occupant of the house, or you are renting it out. So if you rent it out, what market are you targeting? Are you targeting middle class? Are you targeting lower class? Are you targeting singles? Are you targeting small size families? Those are parameters which whoever is investing in a house should consider by putting in place their facilities.
Let's talk about the investors themselves,
Yes.
because now we are seeing people building apartments,
Yes.
and it's the next big thing. But
Actually, it's the next move.
so if you have money, please, you can invest in apartments, because that's where we are going. We are going to be living in apartments. It's a good thing. But then the investors, they are building these apartments with, I don't know if I can say, low quality materials. There is a certain Mudugudu that I went to.
Yes.
It's expensive. They are expensive, really. And you look at the whole village, it's really
very
beautiful.
nice.
But once you enter the house, everything is cheap.
Yes.
So you ask yourself, you're going to be paying, let's say, $500 per month to live in that house. And the kitchen, the doors, the windows, everything is just, the furnishing is really cheap. What do you have to say about this?
I think if at all this kind of investment is there, they will lose. They will make a loss in very near future, because whoever is occupying the house, if you open something breaks and then you do something not functioning, then you move, you get another apartment, because it's a trending market. So many developers are coming in, so the supply will be very high. So if people have different choices, then for those one with poor quality houses or homes, definitely will lose their market. I think what I can advise as whoever is in the business, you need to get something of standard. It can even be more expensive as you think in short term, but as you make it solid, very nice, good material, you can have it for so many years, and you can depreciate the asset on a long-term period than having something very beautiful, but if you use it, the next morning it breaks. So you may acquire it at a low cost, but you replace it like
Every now and then.
yes, and then at the end of the day, you spend more than what you'll have spent by buying good quality material. That is something people sometimes when they do investments, especially those developers which outsource the other companies to do the work on their behalf, and sometimes they lack inspection. They don't inspect. They don't follow the construction process, and it's happened that they are given poor quality, and yet the quotation was very high. Actually, it goes beyond the developer. I would say even the client. Before you enter an apartment, before you enter in a home, you should check if things are of good quality, especially when you are renting. There's no point for you to get the cheaper thing, yet you are paying your money.
Yes.
So different options should be given to the clients. Lastly, all the people who have been investing in the apartments have been using the same technology and more or less the same material. Of course, the price will still remain the same, very
Yes.
high. So for them to get a lower price, they need to change the technology, they need to change the material so that they can get a production cost which is very low,
Yes.
and then their product or their homes or houses or facility will be much cheaper than the previous one. And then they can rent it at affordable price.
You're still watching The Property Show, and this is our interior designing segment. Today I want to talk about trending colors of paint. You might want to redecorate your house by simply just repainting it, and you're asking yourself, what colors should I use? I want you to get out of your comfort zone. Get rid of the white and the cream colors that we are used to. There are so many other cool colors that you can use in your house and give it that feel of beauty. Here are our trends of 2018. The number one color that is trending is the golden rod. This will make a cozy, cheerful statement, rich, warm yellow feel of nature and organic. Pair it with blue accents and it's going to transform any room that you might paint it with. The number two color that I want to share with you is the sophisticated blushes. If you're someone who loves color pink, you're going to enjoy this one. Dust rose. Yes, it's simple, it's chic, and it's easy to decorate with the neutrals, which is on trend. So all you have to do is paint with dust rose and then bring in some elements of neutrals, and there you have it. Another color trend that is on in 2018 are the purple shades. You shouldn't shy away from the purple shades, and these are my favorites. They are easy, they are cool, and they are unique. Yes, so if you're not so sure about it, bring in some purple elements first and see how it looks. Then from there you can paint. Or maybe because it has so many shades, start from the very light purples and then you can graduate from there. Minimalist petals are also a way to go in 2018. You can go with the sandy pink, minty green. These are also cool colors. You can actually pair the green mint with the sandy pink. All those two colors together, they collaborate nicely and they bring out the room and give it that sophisticated yet rich tones. You can apply this to your bedroom because they are so cool and so comfortable and so rich. So when you paint them in your bedroom, you don't have to add in a lot of other decor elements. Just paint the bedroom and give it one big element, and that's it. And of course, we can't leave out the blues. We are so much taken with the technology, the phones, the tabs, the TV, and all that. And then when you get home, you want to relax, and nothing does that better other than the blue tones. The blue is said to be a relaxing, and in 2018 we have varieties of blues. All you have to do is to pick the blue color that is right for you. Here is what you need to do if you want to paint a certain room with a certain paint color, but you're not so sure. Pick a room that you don't use so often. Let's say a storeroom. No one spends the hours in there. You just go there to pick something. So you can choose the color of blue that you think is good for you, paint it in that room, and let it sit there for a while. Then check it out. If you like it, go for it. If you don't, then you can pick something that is maybe a little bit brighter than it or a little bit darker than it according to what you painted in that room. But don't shy away from the colors. And lastly, the vibrant greens and yellows. The most encouraged thing in 2018 is painting your home in vibrant, colorful colors because they bring joy and happiness and calmness in your home without trying. That's all we had for you in our interior designing. I hope that were helpful. Al Noor Tower, Morocco. The Al Noor Tower is a proposed 540-meter skyscraper to be built in Casablanca, Morocco. If built, it will be the tallest building in Africa. The concept of the tower has been created by French designer Amédée Santalo, based in Dubai. Al Noor Tower is part of a bigger project for Middle East Development Dubai. Al Noor Tower, the City of Lights. The design of our new tower is elegant and gives a feeling of a wedding dress from the sides. And the tower looks like a fountain pen, which is the tool that Sheikh Tariq is using to design the future. The height of the tower is 540 meters to remind us that Africa has 54 countries. Everyone in Africa will feel part of the tower. 200 luxury suites will be developed to become a reference in hospitality business. The spa, the art gallery, and a gastronomic restaurant will bring spices to that incomparable space. All will be developed with perfection in mind of a 7-star hotel and spa, business center, conference hall, luxury shopping area, self-storage area, and luxury offices. The Al New Tower will be an African billionaire club for investments. You're still watching The Property Show, and this is our luxury living segment. This is where we share with you tips that you can use to upgrade your home without spending a lot of money. And today I want to share with you ideas that you can incorporate in your life, in your home, to have that feel of luxury. What do you feel when you enter in your home? That's the very first question that you should ask yourself. Once you know that, then you know how to go about it, because even if you bring in I don't know what kind of a piece, even if you bring in expensive furniture, even if you bring in the largest screen, you won't feel that feel of luxury if there's something that is taking your happiness away. The number one point that I want to share with you is knowing that all rooms are equal. We have this thing of taking care of the sitting room, the dining room, the bedroom, the guest room, the kids' bedrooms, and then we forget other rooms that we have in the house. If you have a certain room that is not organized, it stays in your mind. The moment you enter into your house and you bypass that bedroom, it clicks. You know that room it doesn't have a bed. That room is not painted. That room doesn't have this, it should be like this. So it's taking all the positive energy that you had from your sitting room that you love so much, and then you're entering the bedroom that's so decorative, so beautiful, and you love it. You're entering your bedroom and you're thinking about the other room. So you should know that all the rooms are equal. The number 2 point that I want to talk about is colors. Studies have shown that colors can affect you emotionally, physically, psychologically. They actually say that colors can affect even your appetite. So make sure that you're happy with the colors that are painted in your house. That's why I mentioned earlier, get a certain room and paint in the colors that you would like to put in your sitting room or your living room or your bedroom, and make sure you know how it affects you, because colors affects us differently. The way the color red affects me, it's different how it affects you. So make sure that you paint your house with the colors that affect you positively, because what we want to achieve here is to be happy with what we have in the first place. Because it doesn't matter how expensive your sitting room is, your bedroom, what other rooms are, if you're not happy with the colors, it doesn't make any sense. Another point that I want to talk about is what's called bad mojo. Bad mojo is the things that you have hanging on your wall, on your couch, on your shelves, things that reminds you of bad things. Things that bring out the bad memories that you had in your life. If you have a certain picture hanging on your wall that reminds you of the tough times, of the bad days of your lives, every time you look at it, that's what comes out of you. And you don't want that. We want to create a serene space. Another point to look out here is technology zone. Yes, we spend so much time with the technology that it takes away our energy. But if you create this harmony in your home, create space for playing, create space for for learning, create space for working, create space for everything. This will help you unconsciously moving from one activity to another without you even thinking so much about it. And lastly, take action. Yes, take action and get things done. I know you have a lot of work, you have a lot of responsibilities, and you forget about that paint that you bought that you want to hang. You forget about that bed that you wanted to buy a side lamp for. You forget about the chandelier that you love so much and actually you can afford, but you forget about it. Think about how you would like your home to look like. Take time and think about how your life in your home should be like, and then take action. That's all we had for you in our luxury living segment for today, and I hope all these tips were helpful. Thank you so much for being a part of the property show. Today we were discussing about where do you draw the line between buying an already built house or building your own house. It all has its advantages and disadvantages as we shared. It's all about you choosing what is right for you and knowing how to go right about it. This is a very huge investment that you make sure that you put your money somewhere that it's going to yield back to you. I hope that you had so much fun with us through all the episodes that we've been sharing with you and this one of today. Thank you so much for being part of the property show. If you have anything that you'd like to share with us, go to our social media platforms or even give us a call or just text us and we'll get back to you right away. My name is Brenda and I'm saying goodbye for now. See you next time.